Yo, listen close while I break it down proper. Fingers trace the vinyl, feel that bass line chopper. Static in my speakers, smell that dusty wax scent. 90s underground vibes, every sample heaven sent. Block parties bumping, DJ spinning that heat. Headphones on my dome, feel the rhythm in my feet. Concrete corners echo with that analog sound. Real, recognize real when that boom-bap come around. Turn it up, let me feel that thump. In my chest, in my soul, make my heart pump. This how we rock when the beat drop heavy. Hands in the air, keep it raw, keep it steady. That's the sound we crave. Old school flavor that we dig from the grave. Ooh yeah, ooh yeah. Feel it in your bones when the sample play. Ooh yeah, ooh yeah. Spin it back, let it play again. Let it play again. Analog, soul, digital, can't pretend. Crates full of records, every groove tell a story. Basement sessions cooking up their underground glory. 2 turntables mixing crossfader in my grip. Scratch techniques flowing like a verbal lyric trip. B-boys breaking on that cardboard stage. Raw talent burning through that vintage age. No polish needed when your spirit run deep. Old school methodology, that's the vibe we keep. Turn it back to that original flow. When the culture was pure and the beats move slow. Turn it back to that original flow. When the culture was pure and the beats move slow. It's how we rock when the beat drop heavy. Hands in the air, keep it raw, keep it steady. That's the sound we crave. Old school flavor that we dig from the grave. Ooh yeah, ooh yeah. Feel it in your bones when the sample play. Can you feel it? Vibe flowing through your system. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Every kick and snare hitting with precision. Take it back to when the art was pure. Now everybody claiming that they know the real deal, but we been keeping culture alive, that's how we feel. Dusty fingers flipping through forgotten collections, finding buried treasure in those sample selections. Respect the foundation, pay homage to the roots. Fresh kick stepping, but we honor the pursuit. Original press, and that's the texture we need. Vintage soul feeding every hungry MC's greed. Spin it back, let it play again. Let it play again. Analog, soul, digital, can't pretend. This how we rock when the beat drop heavy. Hands in the air, keep it raw, keep it steady. That's the sound we crave. Old school flavor that we dig from the grave. Ooh yeah, ooh yeah. Feel it in your bones when the sample play. Ooh yeah, ooh yeah. Keep it spinning, keep it real. That vintage vibe you know we feel. Ooh yeah. Favorite sector. Yeah. Ay. You remember when we used to kick it on the block, before the world got twisted, before the trust got stopped. I'm writing down these thoughts, my mind ain't been the same since you switched up on me and started playing games. Used to roll together, had each other's backs. Now you acting funny, stabbing me with facts. I gave you everything, my loyalty was real, but you just took it all and showed me how to feel. Pain in my chest, yeah, I'm hurting deep inside. All these broken promises, nowhere left to hide. You was my ride or die, now you just a lie. Got me questioning everything, wondering why. Back then, we had something real, my friend. Back then, now it's just pretending. Back then, wish we could begin again. Back then, this ain't how it's. I remember summer days, we scheme and we plot, talking about our future, sharing what we got. You said you'd never leave, said you'd always stay, but here I am alone watching you walk away. All these sleepless nights got me feeling low, trying to figure out where did our friendship go. You were supposed to be my brother through it all. Now you ain't even picking up when I call, seeing you with others, acting like we're cool. But I know the real you, I ain't nobody's fool. This betrayal cuts deeper than a blade. All the memories we built are starting to fade. Back then, we had something real, my friend. Back then, now it's just pretending. Back then, wish we could begin again. Back then, this ain't how it's supposed to end. I'm pouring out my soul on this paper tonight, trying to make sense so why nothing feels right. The person that I trusted with my darkest fears now got me crying all these bitter tears. Maybe I was blind, maybe I was wrong to think that what we had could ever be that strong. But I can't change the past, can't take back what's done. All I got left now is pain in this gun. Not the type to shoot, but the type to hurt. Feeling like my whole world just hit the dirt. You taught me not to trust, you taught me to doubt. Now I'm building up these walls to keep the pain out. So when you see me now, don't act like we're tight. You chose your side and it wasn't mine, right? I'm moving on without you, gotta heal somehow. But I'll always remember what we used to vow. Back then, we had something real, my friend. Back then, now it's just pretending. Back then, wish we could begin again. Back then, this ain't how it's supposed to end. Back then, we was ride or die, my friend. Back then, guess all good things gotta end. Yo, check it. Yo, you left me out here, cold streets, no fair. Back then, we tight. Now what? You bite my trust, all gone. Can't front, move on. You play my heart, we fade apart. Back then, we was real. Back then, how I feel. Back then, you was mine. Back then, all the time. Back, yeah. Back, yeah. You switched, got rich, forgot my pitch. We came from dirt, same game, got hurt. You fake, for clout, my sake, get out. No love, just greed, above, I bleed. Back then, we was real. Back then, how I feel. Back then, you was mine. Back then, all the time. Remember, we used to. Remember, me and you. Remember the corner. Remember the border. Remember. Can't trust no more. Just rust my core. Stay real, won't change. I feel this pain. You dead to me. Ahead, I'm free. Back then, we was real. Back then, how I feel. Back then, you was mine. Back then, all the time. Back then,
when the blocks was real. Had my crew and that's the deal. No fake friends around my way, just raw truth every day. Scratching records in the park, making beats until it's dark. Boom-bap hitting so hard, living life without no guard.
These were the raw times, when the rhymes were ours. Had the real vibe, no plastic stars. Raw times, can't fake it now.
Walking home through broken streets, dodging trouble on repeat. Mom's working double shifts, dad ain't here, but that's the drift. Find my voice inside the pain, spitting bars to stay sane. Corner store and corner dreams, nothing quite the way it seems. Yeah, 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 yeah. Raw times, can't go back, no way. But I remember that. I see how far I've come from that place where I was young. Still got scars upon my hands, still remember where I stand. Every struggle made me strong, every right came from a wrong. Those raw times shake my soul, made me real, made me whole.
These were the raw times, when the rhymes were ours. Had the real vibe, no plastic stars. Raw times, can't fake it now. Can't fake it now. Don't fake it now. Remember when the block was different, beats were harder, rhymes more persistent. Kids on the corner with their boombox, nobody worried about no TikTok. Just the raw sound of the underground before the internet came around. Do you remember when we used to? Do you remember what we went through?
Why don't we go back then, when the music had soul and the people were real friends? Why don't we go back then, to the days when we didn't pretend? Why don't we go back then?
Cassette tapes in my Walkman, graffiti writers were the true artists, man. No auto-tune, just pure talent. Microphones and vinyl, that's all we had to balance. Cyphers in the park until the sun went down. Real hip-hop was the only sound. Do you remember when we used to? I remember. Do you remember what we went through?
Why don't we go back then, when the music had soul and the people were real friends? Why don't we go back then, days when we didn't pretend? Why don't we go?
Turntable spinning, needle on the record. Every beat was crafted, every word was treasured. Before the fame and money changed the game, we did it for the love, not the fortune or fame.
Oh, oh, oh. Why don't we go back then, when the music had soul and the people were real friends? Oh, why don't we go back then, to the days when we didn't pretend? the days, my friend.
Yo, I was thinking about you, thinking about the way we used to be. Back then, when shit was real, when shit was real. You remember that? Remember when we had nothing but each other? Back then. Damn, I miss that shit. Back then we had it all. Back then we had it all. Shit was different back then, different when we rode together. Back then, he was my partner, my fucking partner. Now look at us, look at this shit, all the bullshit between us now. Back then, when we kept it real. Money changed everything, but back then we had love. Back then, real love, real fucking love. Back then we had it all. 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 I'm talking to you directly, talking about the pain inside. Back then when we shared same dreams, same fucking dreams, same goals. Now you acting like you don't know me. Back then, we was family, we was blood. Street taught us everything we needed to know. Back then, well, loyalty meant something real. Back then we had it all. Back then we had it all. Back then, me had it all. Back then, that's all I think about. Back then, damn, I miss that shit. Damn, I miss that shit. Damn, I miss that shit. That it's not a thing. Back that, not the same stuff shit.
I was young then, shit was real then, black was mine then, yeah. Corner store, dice on the floor, money in my drawer. Back in the day. Fuck the fake shit, this was way back when the game was black and the streets were packed. Oh yeah. Back in the day, when shit was real. Back in the day, that's how I feel. Pops was gone, mom worked long, I was strong. Had to be, had to see what's in me. Crew was tight, every night, ready to fight. Back in the day, damn those times, nickels and dimes, serving my lines to survive, stay alive. Back in the day, back in the day, back in the day, when shit was real. Back in the day, back in the day, back in the day, that's how I feel. Now I'm here, crystal clear. What I feel is forgetting where I'm from. Yeah. Young cats don't know how we used to flow back when the beat was slow and the rhymes had soul. TV shows taught me how it goes. Friend or foe, you never know. In the hood, understood. Life ain't good, but we made it work. Back in the day, back in the day, back in the day, shit was different then. Fuck all the pretend. This is how it ends. With me, with me. Remembering when. Back in the day, back in the day, back in the day, when shit was real. Back in the day, back in the day, back in the day, that's how I feel. Yeah. Yeah. Back in the day, that's all I gotta say. La 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 la.
Used to sit on the stoop. Back then, watch the block, feel the heat. Back then, you remember. Store, Mr. P. Back then, quarter chips, sugar sweet. Back then, walk to school, beat my feet. Back then. You remember. You remember. Times were real, nothing fake, heart was pure, make no mistake. Mama called from the door. Back then, sun went down, hit the floor. Back then, friends we had, friends no more. Back then.